Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am excited to give you a tour of my yearly planner for the year 2025. I will be walking you through the layouts I have created, sharing a glimpse of each one and how I plan to use them. I hope you enjoy this video, and without further ado, let's get started. So I think it was about 4 to 5 years ago when I first came across journaling and planning systems. And for the last 2 to 3 years, I have been really inclined to this idea of having my own yearly planner. I even tried using journals that come pre-planned or pre-printed, but that wasn't what I really liked. So instead, I preferred to have a journal, usually a dot grid or a square grid, where I can design and lay out everything myself. So that way I can customize it exactly how I want it. Of course, this varies for everyone. Some people love pre-made planners with everything set up. Others, like me, enjoy laying out every layout by hand and getting creative. I love drawing, crafting and DIY projects, but honestly, with a busy life right now, I don't always have the time to fully dive into art projects. That's why I found journaling and planning to be the perfect middle ground, a way to blend creativity and functionality. Most of my inspirations comes from YouTube, Instagram, and especially Pinterest. What really drives me to journal is the ability to bring down all my thoughts while still staying organized and productive. So for me, journaling is the perfect mix of creativity and functionality. When I started, I would look at different layouts, arts, diagrams online and try to replicate or remake them that caught my eye. But over time, I realized I enjoy creating my own unique layouts that fit my personal needs. So now I start by listing the different layouts I need to keep my life structured. Things like trackers, intentions, goals and action plans, etc. After that, I sit down and think about a theme or a mood that inspires me at that right moment. Like what is going to set me the mood for an entire year or the month. So for 2025, I really love the idea of chickens. Aren't they so cute and adorable? So I searched on Pinterest and Google for chicken images or illustrations, but it was not exactly how I wanted. Still, I took screenshots of the ones that was really inclining to me, and based on them, I wanted the layout for this year to be something bubbly, something colorful, but in something pastels, but very vibrant. I think this theme was going to go best with my chickens. I even tried to look on different websites for chicken stickers, but there were none actually. So I had to switch to drawing it myself. Once I had my theme in my mind, I started creating the layouts and everything really came to life. So now let's talk about the different layouts. So one of the most important layouts that I think I have included in my planner is the intentions layout. This idea came from a YouTube channel I watched, I think 2 years before, though I can't remember the channel name right now, but it really helped me clarify my intentions for the year for the different aspects of my life. Having a viewpoint of what I want a particular field of my life to be in the future is a vision that really clarifies me what I should do right now. Another important layout is my wish list. I always have so many things that I want to buy, but this helps me to organize my things based on what I really need from what I just want. That way I prioritize the most important purchases and avoid unnecessary spending. I also have a Lookup layout, and it's perfect for keeping me structured because sometimes I have a lot of information I want to reference. I use this layout along with Notion. So the big bulk of information goes into Notion and then I bring the most important and relevant points into my planner to keep it neat. Next, I want to talk about one of the most meaningful part of my journal, that is a letter to myself. So this is something which I started from last year. At the start of the year, I write a letter to myself and it includes any thought that's going through my mind, and it's kind of a message for my future self. I seal the letter in an envelope and then stick it to my journal, and I don't open it until it's 31st of December. There's something really powerful about reading what our past self wrote. A year goes by with full of growth, changes, and a lot of chaos. And reading that letter reminds me where I started from. And it makes me pause and reflect on how far I have come and how my priorities have shifted or my mindset has evolved. Along with this, I also have two designated areas or layouts in my journal at the start of the journal and at the end of the journal, inside which I write down whatever is going through my mind at that moment for myself at the start of the year and at the end of the year. I also have a reflections layout whose initial section basically includes some deep thoughts that I have for my current self and my future self, kind of like a mirror between who I am and who I want to become. I also have some questions in this layout, such as the self-reflective questions, which are kind of also personal, such as what are the situations that make me feel alone, or how do I handle challenges. Another very important layout in my planner is the goals layout. So this year I decided to change things up a bit. So before I used to simply list down all my goals, but this time I have added in little new sections. For each of my goals, I have added 12 goals. Based on the 12 goals, I am going to note down 12 action plans for each goals respectively. So this way I'll be able to have a clear picture of what are the actions that are required to take in order to fulfill my goal and make my goal more realistic and doable. Some other layouts that I have included in my planner are the self-assessment layout, period trackers, brain dump layout for each month separately, health-related layout, future log in the initial start, which includes the mini calendars. I also have a content layout to list out all the layouts that I have included in my journal. I also have a challenge layout, creativity layout. So the creative layout basically is a layout which helps me to track the skills that I want to learn, the projects I'm working on, and the things that inspires me. I have also included a Dutch door tracker for my weekly progress in my creativity. Just a few words each week, like week 1 digital art, week 4 journaling practice, etc. I also have a books layout. I wasn't much of a reader before, but over the last year I have started enjoying books more. And one book that really inspired me is the Feel Good Productivity book by Ali Abdal. And it changed how I think about productivity and even created a layout based on it. I named it Feel Good Productivity Layout. So this layout includes questions such as what is my play personality? Like imagining my life were in a movie and what kind of role would I play? Then purpose mapping, why I want to do something and what will the end results look like if I do that. It also involves asking myself about the key tasks that I actually need to take in order to achieve those goals. The book also mentions about eulogy life, that is asking oneself what people would say about you if you weren't here anymore, like you were dead. So it's kind of a deep reflection on how you want to impact others' lives. Then there's also a Odyssey plan, which I might be pronouncing wrong, involves 3 visions, which includes to write down my current life plan, alternative plan, which I would do if the first does not work, and finally, if there were no limits, no money problems, no opinions, no pressure, what would my radical plan be? The book also mentions about the Wheel of Life tracker, which is basically rating my different areas in my life in a circular chart, which I also used last year. And then there's my favorite part, that is the 12-month celebration. It's like imagining myself 12 months from now. If I keep doing that one thing for a full year, how would I feel at the end of the 12th month? Like what would life look like? It's such a powerful way to imagine one's growth. So these are all the layouts that I have included for this year. And before I wrap up, let me mention the juice you saw earlier in the video. It's a raw mango lychee juice with a little bit of spice. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I have set up my 2025 planner. Thank you for watching.